Hello and welcome to NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. NIMASA This Week is brought to you by the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, the nation's apex regulator and promoter of ocean-related activities and shipping development in general. My name is Ubong Essien. As always, it's my pleasure to be your guide on this voyage.
Hello, this is Aminu Umar, CEO, Sea Transport Services Nigeria Limited. You are watching NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. Stay tuned.
NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, showing on these stations.
Welcome back. It's still NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime. On today's episode, we begin as always with the DG's diary. Dr. Bashir Jamoh, Director General of NIMASA. What has he been up to? You get to find out when we take a peek into his schedule of activities. We also have Know Your Convention, brought to you by Olabisi George and our other regulars. So if you're ready, it's anchors away.
Introducing the NIMASA Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and NIMASA will respond. The Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamoh, has given a breakdown of the approaches used by Nigeria to mount the maritime security successes recorded in the nation. Dr. Jamoh gave this breakdown at the IMO Maritime Security Committee, MSC 104, which held virtually. The NIMASA boss appreciated the active support of the IMO, the industry, G7++ Friends of Gulf of Guinea, NIMASA, Industry Joint Working Group, the ICC, and other international partners for the maritime success recorded in the country. Dr. Jamoh gave a progress report on the Gulf of Guinea.
So far, the Gulf of Guinea has witnessed continued improvement in maritime security in recent times. The International Maritime Bureau report on piracy against ships for the second quarter 2021 found a significant all-time decline in the number of incidents, the lowest in 27 years. Our global focus across the region, operational and tactical boundaries, is aimed at working toward the set common operational objectives for the Gulf of Guinea region.
According to him, Nigeria's focus across international, regional, operational, and tactical boundaries is aimed at working towards a set of common operational objectives for the Gulf of Guinea region. The NIMASA boss explained the support Nigeria has been getting to achieve these maritime security successes.
Nigeria is working closely with the regional and international partners towards elimination of piracy and criminality within the Gulf of Guinea. The entire Regional Coordination Center, ICC Yaoundé, and Nigeria are working hand in hand. And from this partnership, the Gulf of Guinea Maritime Collaboration Forum, SHADE-GoG of Guinea, MCP/SHADE, has materialized. NIMASA and Nigerian Navy continue to work closely with industry through our jointly chaired joint working group. This forum ensures the voice of industry is heard and taken into consideration. Recently, we have agreed the set of common objectives on which we will focus to sustain the efforts geared towards addressing the challenges in the Gulf of Guinea region. Accordingly, NIMASA and Joint Industry Working Group has developed a strategy on maritime security in the Gulf of Guinea, and we shall keep you posted on further development regarding this.
Dr. Jamoh said the IMO is also helping to develop a maritime security strategy document, adding that work is ongoing on collaborative efforts between Nigeria and the UNODC, and Nigeria is engaging the IMO in this respect. In addition, Dr. Jamoh spoke on the national approach.
The administration has been engaging constructively with the critical stakeholders, especially the Nigerian Navy, a critical partner who plays a pivotal role in the Nigerians' counter-piracy and armed robbery prevention. The Office of the National Security Advisor to the President of Nigeria continue to give moral and oversight support and coordinates relevant security agencies like Nigerian Air Force, Nigerian Army, Police, Interpol, Immigration Services to achieve this aim. I am pleased to report the maritime asset of Deep Blue are starting to make difference, as there have been no reported incident within Lagos anchorage since we took control.
The next meeting, MSC 105, has been provisionally scheduled to hold from 20th to 29th of April 2022. The Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamoh, has assured the Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, of support and strengthened partnership in the fight against maritime crime. Dr. Jamoh, during his visit to the IG at the police headquarters in Abuja, promised to extend the ongoing collaboration between NIMASA and other security agencies under the Deep Blue project to the marine unit of the police in areas of capacity building and provision of patrol support. He noted that the support will enhance their patrols around creeks, quayside, harbors, and other navigable areas in the nation's maritime domain. According to him, NIMASA is seeking close integration and collaboration of the Nigerian Marine Police into our recently launched waterways security architecture, Deep Blue project, to achieve an all-encompassing outcome stretching from the blue waters, where we already have the Nigerian Navy's presence, to the brown waters, near the anchorage areas where the Nigerian police statutorily have a role to stem the tide of insecurity and checkmate criminal activities against burdened ships and seafarers. The NIMASA boss said the police capacity to support rescue operations in case of boat mishaps will also be enhanced under the renewed partnership, adding that the police are critical in helping to prosecute suspects arrested under the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act. On his part, the IG applauded NIMASA's efforts under Dr. Jamoh's administration and reiterated the resolve of the force to fight crimes all over the country, including the territorial waters. He described the Marine Police as a very important arm of Nigerian police force, considering the strategic importance of the waters to the economic and social well-being of Nigeria. Efforts are ongoing to create the uniformity of laws to address insecurity across the Gulf of Guinea. The Director General of Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, Dr. Bashir Jamoh, made this known while giving his remarks at the third plenary session of the SHADE-GoG Guinea, which held virtually. Dr. Jamoh said he advocated for this at the recent meeting hosted by the Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center, adding that this will enhance more collaboration.
I advocated that for countries within the region which do not have distinct anti-piracy laws to try and enact such laws, as no country can fight maritime security alone. It is a collective responsibility.
He therefore seized the occasion to applaud Gulf of Guinea member states on the progress made so far.
I wish to offer my sincere congratulations to all those who present and those who have been working hard behind the scene to maintain the momentum of the SHADE-GoG Guinea, its progress never seen before.
Then the master boss added that it might be a little early for the member states to congratulate themselves, but the signs are promising. Dr. Jamoh also gave the progress report on the Deep Blue project.
On the Deep Blue, we are starting to see success. The integrity of the Lagos secured anchorage area has been maintained. Plans to deploy Deep Blue asset further afield are being considered.
The NIMASA boss, while explaining what the Suppression of Piracy and Other Maritime Offences Act 2019 was, said the act was enacted to be utilized for the generality of the region, and he therefore proposed that
I am therefore of the humble opinion that the provision of SPOMO Act are adequate to address most piracy incidents and other maritime crimes in Nigerian waters, international waters, and the territories of our neighboring states, most of whom are signatory to SWA conventions and other related international conventions.
Dr. Jamoh reiterated that the maritime security is of the utmost importance to keep seafarers safe and engender trade, on which our economies so desperately depend.
You had talked about markings in your introductory comments on the convention. What exactly is a load line mark? How is it identified? How is it put on the ship?
The markings are, there are three basic markings. You have the deck line, you have the disc, and you have the load lines. The load lines are normally structured in a way that depending on where the vessel is trading, you comply to that load line mark. For example, if you are in the winter, we don't have winter here, we basically comply with the summer load line mark, which is normally called...
Just like you had earlier mentioned that it depends on the location and geographical nature of where the ship is going to.
Yes, because you know the salinity differs and the degree of immersion. Because as you load, the vessel immerses. So the degree of immersion differs from different geographical locations. So these are taken care of to ensure that wherever you are across the globe, you comply with the relevant loading marks.
Olumide, what is NIMASA's role? I mean, how does NIMASA ensure, I know you talked about IOC complying with even stricter rules that NIMASA provides. So what is NIMASA's role on board the ship? I mean, when you go on board the ship, what exactly are you looking out for in terms of the load line convention?
So the International Load Line Convention has been ratified by Nigeria. So we are bound by it and we are expected to enforce and implement. So generally, what NIMASA's role is to ensure that as a flag state, all vessels that are registered with NIMASA comply with the rules. And this is done by carrying out surveys. So the first survey is the initial survey. This is carried out when the vessel is being built. So NIMASA goes when the vessel is still being built.
Okay, so it starts from the building of the ship.
Yes,
All
because
right.
that is the point where calculations and the markings are going to be made. So at that point, NIMASA goes, ensures that the markings are accurate, the calculations are correct, and that the specified, because these marks have dimensions, that the specified dimensions and the appropriate dimensions are used. And upon completion and satisfactory inspection before the build of the ship, we issue the certificate, the International Load Line Certificate. Then after every 5 years, we carry out a renewal survey. We go and check that the vessel is still in compliance, and then we issue a renewal.
Every 5 years?
Yes. And then in between, because we understand the fact that a vessel can be issued a certificate, and because it's until 5 years after we are checking them again, there might be some foul play in between. So annually, we go and check. There's an annual survey, and on the certificate, there's a provision, a place where the annual survey section is written. So you go every year, you check, and once they still comply, then you stamp and attest that there is compliance. So it's just mainly before the start of the vessel, then every 5 years, then in between, every year in between, annually.
Just to ensure that,
compliance.
I mean, those markings can be washed away by sea or something.
Yes,
so it's actually
anything can happen, and the vessel configurations might have changed, new machineries might have been installed that needs a modification of stability calculations and all that too. Generally, just to be safe, to ensure that year in, year out, the vessels are sailing in a safe manner.
All right, great. Engineer Patrick, he had mentioned about the fact that compliance starts from when the ship is actually being built. Yes. What are other obligations of ship owners after being built? I mean, from what you said, it doesn't end there. What would you expect a ship owner to know and to do in terms of the load line convention?
Well, of course, you know the certificates issued when a vessel is deemed to have satisfied International Load Line Convention. An International Load Line Certificate is issued. And of course, it is imperative that the owners, when they need to come for the annual renewals, they turn up to do that. You know, they ensure that their certificates are in date. Their certificates are in date, you know, of course.
So is it that these ship owners approach NIMASA for the annual surveys, or NIMASA goes out to look for them, that, okay, you're due for an annual survey or the every 5 year survey? How does it work?
They are expected to make an application.
All right, to the
agency. But of course, during our inspections, of course, when as an inspector, you see that these certificates are outdated, gradually coming to an end, not really updated, you need to remind them. Right. It's our obligation to let them know that, come, look,
you need to approach us.
You need to write to us, your this thing is getting due and all that. It's part of the enforcement process, because at times they forget. You know, at times when they go for contracts, you know, they want to rush to do the contract, and then it's all about money. So the onus is on us to ensure that the compliance is met. We remind them, we let them know what their obligations are. That look, you know, this your survey is coming to an end. You should be approaching us.
Okay. So how do you deal with foreign vessels that come into our ports in terms of this load line convention?
Of course, port state vessels, they normally they don't carry our flag.
Okay, so that foreign vessels that come into
our port.
Okay.
Yes, for port state vessels, of course. A vessel that is carrying a valid international load line certificate with the right endorsements, because we check the endorsements, just like he alluded. You do some intermediate surveys, and it is endorsed to show that because
you have complied.
There could be some, you know, modification in the vessel that could impair the stability of the vessel, which may not have been taken into account when, you know, issuing the certificates and all that. So we ensure that the vessels are in date, you know, they are endorsed, the intermediate surveys, the annual surveys are endorsed at the appropriate time. We check those to ensure that they are in compliance.
So that means you also carry out inspections on foreign.
Oh yes, we carry out inspections when
when you get to the vessel, you want to make sure that the load line marks are very visible.
Thank you very much, Engineer Patrick. Thank you for coming to today's segment. And thank you, Olumide, too, also for coming to this segment.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Viewers, that's as much as we can take on the International Convention on Load Lines. Until next time, stay tuned as NIMASA This Week, the voice of maritime, continues.
Introducing the NIMASA Distress Response Call Lines for all maritime stakeholders, ship owners, seafarers, ship captains. Whatever your challenge or distress in the Nigerian maritime domain, please call 0803 0685 167, 0708 0005 956, 0700 0700 010. If you can't reach us on these lines, please call 0700 0700 020, 0700 0700 030. Also via VHF Radio Channel 16. Call and NIMASA will respond.
Welcome back. At this point, we'll take you straight into the weekly column written by the DG of NIMASA in the Guardian newspapers on Wednesdays, known as the Maritime Mandate. And to read more Maritime Mandate articles, you can visit the Guardian website and BashirJamoh.com. You can also follow the DG on all of his social media handles, from Facebook to LinkedIn to YouTube and Instagram. And this week we'd like to share with you a particular post from the DG's Facebook page. It's at Bashir Jamoh. And it says, the recent attacks by pirates resulting in killings and kidnappings in Bayelsa are most unfortunate. I wish to assure all players and stakeholders in Nigeria's maritime sector that NIMASA is fully aware of the incident and monitoring closely every development. We are engaging with the Nigerian Navy, other relevant agencies of government, and most importantly, our maritime stakeholders, especially the affected communities, towards ensuring that we maintain the relative calmness around our coastal areas, which we have enjoyed for the most part of this year, and for which we have also received commendations from the international community. My condolences to those who have lost loved ones as we work assiduously towards the release of the abductees. You can also extend your conversation to all of our NIMASA official social media handles as displayed on your screen. When it comes to doing business in the Nigerian maritime domain, you do know that your first port of call remains the NIMASA official website as displayed on your screen, where you can get every useful information to guide you on your business quest. After all, the maritime industry is heavily regulated. Thank you for watching today's episode of NIMASA This Week, the Voice of Maritime. And we hope that you found some useful information to shed more light on what the Nigerian Maritime Administration is doing to protect our marine environment, build capacity, and of course, advance the cost of shipping in Nigeria. Remember that whatever knowledge you have is but a little island in a mighty ocean. That should be the incentive for us to learn more and grow from our knowledge. My name remains Ubong Essien. As always, I'm asking you to stay on course. Until I see you next time, it's bye-bye.